Finally,
But inevitably, there'd be like one or two eggs kicking around somewhere that nobody found.
like shit, this lawn mowing gig's paying off already.
Yeah, yeah, seriously. I'm glad I mowed the lawn today.
Cash and grass, pal.
Except for that chocolate situation. That's never fun.
Well, yeah, it's not fun because like you really think about it, you're just like, fuck, this sucks, and then like, you just back of your head's like, hey, how are you gonna get that shit off the blades?
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, it was messy as shit, dude.
yeah, because then like I think you would have to like take it to a shop and like have them take the blade off, get the chocolate off as best they can, then sharpen the blades and shit.
Pretty much.
Ugh.
I mean, we never did that, but that probably would have been the way to go. That might explain why we went through so many lawnmowers. Damn you, chocolate. And yet I love you so.
Yeah, it's a love-hate relationship, I know. But yeah, like dude, I remember the lawnmower we had before this one. Like, my dad got one of those ones. It was like a motorized one that you would like walk behind, and it would like pull itself essentially. So you were just there to fucking steer it and walk behind it.
That's cool.
No, it wasn't. Man,
It sounds like it takes a lot of the work out of it, but no?
no, it doesn't. It's still a pain in the ass because like in order to turn the thing, you gotta push down on the bar, spin it around, push it down a little, let it drive forward a little bit, push it down again, turn it, and then just let it go down, and then you just walk behind it again. Just keep going in straight lines and shit.
Yeah, that sucks.
Whereas the one we have now has a fucking steering wheel on it. It makes it a lot easier, but I digress. Um, I just remember like every year with that fucking lawnmower, it would not start, and like my dad would have to take it to the shop, and it would cost like maybe like $100 to fix it, and it would work for the entire summer. The next year it would just
Jeez.
shit out again. It's like, yeah,
Man, was this one of the ones where like you had to pull the thing to
yep,
get it going?
yeah, get the old ripcord,
Yeah.
yep,
Man, those things were a pain in the ass. It'd always be like,
yeah,
come on.
fucking horse shit. Fucking leg dropping
Yeah.
it just to just to get it working.
Seriously, it was like never the first try. It was always like 5 tries before you got the fucker going.
Yeah, and then it would conk out
Jesus
like 5 minutes later.
Listen to us. Now we're complaining about fucking
Back in my
lawnmower
day,
technology.
back in my day, you had to pull a
Yeah.
cord if you wanted to cut grass.
Sound like old codgers.
I mean, we kind of are.
True. True, true.
Kind of like I can picture like the two of us like just having this conversation, just sitting on a porch, just like watching kids being idiots.
Get off my lawn! I just mowed it. And it took me forever because the damn thing wouldn't start.
Well, then I got the WD-40 out, and that kind of get everything going a little bit, nice and smooth.
Oh, what you need is some hot sauce. Get that thing going nice and quick, I'll tell you. You put some hot sauce in there and whoo, it'll be going like a bastard.
Sassafras, I tell you what, you get some hot sauce, nothing better than giving your lawnmower the old red ass.
Oh. So anyway, back to the Snyder cut.
Yeah.
What else changed aside from no fun flash, fucking finding boxes all over the place
Well,
and
no,
commenting on every
there-
single one?
There were still like some scenes of Flash being fucking stupid as fuck, but um, like without you seeing like the original like Justice League movie, it's kind of tough to say like what they added, what they took out, and whatnot.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Like there's still some fucking cool scenes. The end fight of the Justice League versus Steppenwolf, still cool. I like it.
Mhm.
Superman essentially taking out the Justice League when he's resurrected, still fucking cool. But it also proves why he doesn't really need the fucking Justice League because he took them all out. It's like,
Yeah.
okay. But it is kind of like a cool scene. Like you have Cyborg, Wonder Woman, and Aquaman like just like lunging at Superman at the same time, trying to like hold him back. Superman's just like putting no effort into it, not fucking moving. Flash is fucking running around, like trying to run behind him and get like a sneak attack. And you see Superman like kind of peeking over his shoulder, like he sees him. And Flash is like, "Oh shit!"
Oh man.
Yeah. But yeah, like
I guess without me having seen it, you're right. It is kind of
yeah,
hard to compare, unless you tell me like, well, in the original version they did this, and in this version they did that. But
yeah. So
it sounds like mostly you just extended shit. Is that fair to say?
I mean, he cut he cut some of the original stuff out, like all the stuff that like Joss Whedon went back and fucking redid and whatnot. Um, but yeah, essentially it was just like here's almost everything we have because like recently they just released like a new clip of like Jared Leto's Joker and whatnot, and it's like guys, come on, like this is not gonna get me to like him as Joker. Like he didn't do a good job in fucking Suicide Squad. He didn't do. I don't think he did a good job here, but
Hmm.
I digress.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like when you have something like that, like I even equate it to like albums when they do special editions or whatever, and they just release like literally everything that they did for the album. You know what? Maybe I don't necessarily want to hear that. Like I appreciate some of it, but at the same time, like I don't necessarily want to hear every single fucking outtake and oh, this drum track is slightly different because oh, we put a snare here instead of there. It's like I ain't farting on no snare drum. I don't give a shit.
Yeah,
Like move on. Like I've heard the album. Like I guess it's cool to hear like different songs that didn't make the cut. Like that, I'm all for. Like, oh, this song didn't make the album, but like different alternate takes. I guess it's kind of cool. There's a place for it, but for the most part, like, I'd kind of pass.
yeah, and that was actually when I was watching that Paul Stanley thing when I bought the Soul Station album. Somebody asked him like, is there going to be like a Paul Stanley cut? And it's like, well, okay, first of all, let's stop doing this whole like director's cut, Zack Snyder cut bullshit. Fucking just
Yeah, really.
release whatever it is
Hmm.
and just say, look, this is the vision I have. That's it.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, when the DVD or Blu-ray comes out or whatnot, like, yeah, here's some extra scenes we thought they took away from the story, or they just added the runtime, so we just cut it down because it just didn't really fit too well, whatever have you. Cool,
Hmm.
all for it. Paul was just like, no, like we recorded 14 songs. These were the songs. We don't have like other demos kicking around or anything like that. This is it. I'm like,
And
you know what?
are all 14 songs on the album that they recorded, or did
Yep.
they leave some off?
No,
Cool.
there's like no other like demos or anything like that. He's like, you're not gonna see, like a special edition coming out or anything like that. I'm like, fucking great.
But they also didn't like record 14 songs and only release 12.
Right.
Like, okay. Cool. Yeah, see, I like that. I stand behind that. Like, I'll admit, like in my situation, because I mentioned that I'm recording an album, and I have, I think, like 14 songs that I recorded. I'm not counting because I redid our intro theme to get it a little more up to date, a little better sounding, a little better quality audio. So I'm not counting that because that's not going to be on the album. But
Yeah.
that aside, I think I've got like 14 songs, and of those, there's one, maybe two that might not make the cut, but for the most part, the songs that I'm recording, I'm planning on releasing on the album, and I'm not gonna have any extra like, oh, here's a demo of this and a demo. No, it's gonna be like I've had these songs pretty much planned to record from the outset, and I'm planning probably to release them all unless they don't turn out good. There's like one, like I said, one or two songs that, depending on how they turn out, how everything shakes out, I might be like, I'm gonna hold on to that for now, but for the most part, I'm planning on releasing it all because I don't see a good reason not to.
Yeah. I mean, it's always one of those things too. Like, if you don't like the way a song like comes out on the album and whatnot, and you're just like, all right, I'm gonna take this one off. You can always go back to it and release it on the next one or the one after that or something like that.
And then there's Nirvana's Sappy. Do you know that story?
I know the song.
Okay, well, that song they recorded several times throughout their career, and they never got it to the point where they liked it. So I think pretty much every album that they sat down to record, they tried to record Sappy, and they were like, nope, 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 and then it just never came out. The only time it appeared, I think, was came out as verse, chorus, verse on that No Alternative thing.
Hmm.
That's like a hidden track or whatever. So that's the one time it came out. So that's like,
No,
I guess, the definitive version, but.
I don't know, dude. I think I may have it as like a cassette single. Like
Oh, really?
back in our day, like
Uh,
they would release, a single on cassette or CD or whatnot. And I remember I was at my uncle's house in New Jersey. One of the neighbors was having a yard sale, and like they were selling like cassette singles. I saw one for Nirvana. I was like, "Fuck yeah, I'm taking it." So
nice.
bought it, and I think it appeared on there. I think it appeared as like the B side on one of the tracks. I can't remember what the track itself was,
Hmm.
and like I know it's in a closet somewhere, but like Jesus Christ, man,
You should see if you can find that. I'd be curious to see that. But yeah, I remember the days of singles, as I used to call them.
kiss singles.
Yeah.
How could dare you?
How could you?
I'm gonna show myself out.
Dude, I remember getting like the MC Hammer fucking singles and
Oh
shit. Or
God, yeah.
dude, Paula Abdul. Oh man.
Fucking Vanilla Ice.
Yeah, seriously.
Dude, dude,
No.
fucking Ninja Rap. Yeah.
Yeah, well, Ninja Rap. Yeah, I guess I probably had that one.
Yeah.
Not Ice Ice Baby though, if I remember right.
No, but all right. Here's a test for you. Do you remember the MC Hammer
Uh-oh.
cartoon?
No. I
Fuck.
didn't even know there was
There
one.
was, man. It lasted 1 year, but it was so fucking terrible.
I can only imagine. I mean,
It's-
did his pants get their own cameo? Like, what was
Nobody.
it about even?
I don't even really remember. It's one of those things like I don't really remember what it was about, but I just remember that it existed.
You blocked it out of your memory on purpose because you're like, oh man, the scars.
Yeah, like this is terrible.
It's
Whoever approved
a
this
whole new
shit,
level of terrible.
like whoever approved this shit, fucking, they're probably never working again.
Could you
Um,
imagine a Snyder cut of the MC Hammer cartoon?
oh yeah,
4 hour
just
episode.
yeah, just MC Hammer just sitting on a bridge and just like peering out over the city. It's all dark and fucking gloomy. It's like, um, what did we do here?
MC
They're like,
Hammer at home trying to decide which pair of pants to wear
oh yeah,
for
dude,
3 hours.
his fucking shoes talked.
His shoes talked.
His shoes talked.
Oh
Yeah,
God.
apparently he had like magic shoes, and it's like, hey, come on, man.
Oh my God. I'm gonna have to look around for this and find the fucking
Oh,
Hammer show.
it's dude, it's
What was it? Was
fuck.
it called the MC Hammer cartoon or was it called like the Hammer Show or
I think it was
something?
called like Hammer Time or something like that.
And I was gonna say Hammer Time would be a good name. Stop. Hammer Time. Boom 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 boom. Psh, boom boom psh, boom boom.
Don't you do that again.
Okay. I mean, I really shouldn't because I'm not wearing hammer pants myself. I used to wear hammer pants. And actually, remember the story I told you where I said I ripped my pants on the chain link fence jumping it for school one day?
Yes, yes, I
I
remember.
used to wear hammer pants to school like every fucking day, and that was a pair of pants that got ripped. So
Oh
thank
man.
God for that chain link fence for ripping those pants.
The chain link fence is just like, I'm gonna do this boy a favor.
Yeah, I'm gonna take this out of its misery, man.
Smart up, boy.
Yeah.
Uh,
Well, dude, it wasn't until I got into like seventh grade that I got turned on to rock. Because for the most of my like childhood, I mean, think about it. Like when you're a kid, you listen to like fucking Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, Oh McDonald, Mary Had a Little Lamb. You listen to like kids songs, right? For the most part.
for the most part, but I mean, I kind of also grew up on like four different bands. That was it. It was the Beatles, the Monkees, Michael Jackson, and Billy Joel.
Yeah, okay. See, I grew up, if anything, that resembled rock, I grew up on Michael Jackson and Huey Lewis because my aunt was big into those guys.
Dude, Huey
So
Lewis is
she even used
awesome.
to like try to get me to say like Michael Jackson and Huey Lewis and shit and put headphones on me, which drove my mom nuts. But but like for the most part, like I would listen to what my friends listened to. And my best friend basically was my next door neighbor, Jason, and he listened to a lot of rap. He listened to Paula Abdul. So I kind of got into Paula Abdul and rap. And so for a while, like in the 90s, I was into that shit. And then once I got into seventh grade, and funny enough, Terry and Pat, who would end up forming a band with me later on, they got me into Nirvana. So Nirvana was my first foray into real like rock.
Yeah.
So it wasn't until like seventh grade that I even got into rock.
Hmm. All right, so I did a little digging around here on this Hammerman cartoon. So-
God, oh no.
All right, so this is on Wikipedia, so who knows how accurate this shit is. But anyways, Hammerman is a Saturday morning cartoon starring rapper MC Hammer, which aired for 13 episodes on ABC in the fall of 1991. Let's see,
Hmm.
synopsis. Here we go. So youth center worker Stanley Burrell, Hammer's real name, owns a pair of magical dancing shoes which are alive and can speak. Which, when Warren calls Burrell to transform into the superhero Hammerman, he frequently gets advice from his Gramps, who was a former owner of the shoes and was known as Soul Man. While in the guise of Hammerman, Burrell was dressed in MC Hammer's signature purple hammer pants and a married golden chains. Or Marriott, whatever. Let's see. The show was hosted by the real MC Hammer, who also sang the show's theme song telling the origin of Hammerman. Back in the 1960s and 70s, Gramps, let's see, was superhero Soul Man, but as he grew older, he grew weaker and was forced to retire. Gramps and his granddaughter Jody traveled to find the next new superhero. Their search was over when they met Stanley, and he put on the shoes. Each episode, Hammerman faced various social issues at the end of each episode. MC Hammer would speak to the audience and provide methods to address these issues themselves.